everyone, Dave here, back in the AI Dave kitchen, and today we're making low-carb cauliflower taco cups with avocado lime cream. Whew, that's a mouthful, and hopefully they're good. I do like to do some keto recipes on here. I don't do them all the time, but this one sounded really good, so I figured we'd go for it. As always, I just asked ChatGPT to come up with recipes. We test it, we see if it works, we see if it's good. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I'm not a professional cook. Let's do it! If you're still here, sorry, that was a lot of energy. I won't attack you with that the whole video. Okay, guys, so to start this off, we're gonna use cauliflower. I've been doing a lot of cottage cheese recipes. I thought it'd be good to do a cauliflower one. This is riced cauliflower. Riced cauliflower. I got it frozen. I don't know if that's really what the recipe called for, but it's 10 ounces of frozen riced cauliflower. Now into the riced cauliflower, we're gonna add a cup of cheese. You have two options. You can use mozzarella or cheddar. I decided to go with mozzarella because a lot of my keto recipes have been using cheddar lately, and I want to kind of change it up. Get a different flavor profile here with the mozzarella. Mozzarella kind of tastes like nothing too, which I think will be good. Then we want to add a half a cup of almond flour, which I'm learning in keto, this is like the keto chef's best friend, almond flour. That's a quarter cup. I'm going to do one more quarter cup, and that will equal a half a cup based on math and science. And we're going to throw a single egg in there. Well, we're going to take the shell off. We could throw the whole thing with the shell in there. You know, it's extra fiber, some roughage, help clear you out. Now, I think the ultimate question here is this going to smell like a fart and make the whole house smell like a fart? Because generally, whenever we cook cauliflower, that's exactly what happens. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic or garlic powder. I have granulated garlic. It's the same thing, I think. Maybe slightly different sized things, but garlic powder is what it is. And then 1 teaspoon of onion powder as well. You know, that'll bring the flavor. But a lot of these keto recipes hit similar notes with the cheddar cheese and all that. So this is kind of cool because it's a little different. Going mozzarella and cauliflower as opposed to like cottage cheese and cheddar. So it's kind of a different flavor now. We're then gonna add 1 teaspoon of paprika. Someone said that one time in a video, and ever since I've heard him, I always say paprika lately. I don't know, it's like stuck in my head. So a teaspoon of paprika and then a half a teaspoon of salt. You know, I'm just gonna eyeball it. And then a little dash of black pepper. 1/4 teaspoon is what it calls for. I like that much there, not much. I like the idea that these can be like a base for a lot of different things. I mean, in this specific recipe, it's a base for like a Mexican kind of dish, a Tex-Mex dish. But I think you could use it for other things too. Like you can make little pizza cups and things like that out of it. And what I will say is, I'm not sure on the riced cauliflower. I bought it frozen. And then, like a genius, I put it in the fridge because it doesn't call for frozen cauliflower. So I was like, maybe if I put it in the fridge, it'll like thaw and then it'll be... You know, I don't want to leave it out on the counter overnight, but I'll put it in the fridge to let it slowly defrost. And so that's what I did. I defrosted it in the fridge overnight instead of using it frozen because I didn't want to like microwave it. I didn't know if that messed with it. But if you guys know, if you cook with cauliflower, riced cauliflower, let me know if I did right or if I did wrong. You'll know better than me. So mix this all up until you're satisfied. I'm pretty satisfied with the way that looks. And then get a muffin tray. All right, so we're going to take our muffin tray. I've got this USA pan. And spray it with some Pam, or you can use muffin liners, like, you know, cupcake liners, whatever, like so. And then we're going to take our fancy-dancy crust stuff, push it in, and kind of turn it into a cup. These are supposed to be like cups for your filling, which is going to come soon. Now, I don't know if it says how much. It just says divided evenly. It'd be nice to know, like, the exact amount, but whatever. We're just winging it. Maybe I divide it evenly first. Let's try that. Load it in there, and then once it looks all even, we can spread it out. I don't know what the yield is supposed to be. I'm at 9. Probably can get to, well, I can add a little more to these ones. So I'm gonna try to squish them down and get them all up along the sides, because we're making basically little cauliflower cups. That's gonna be our taco, it's kind of like the taco shell, but it's made of cauliflower and all those other ingredients. So I'm going to do that to the best of my ability and then cut away, and then when I'm back, they're going to look so glorious. You're going to be like, whoa, how did he do that? Or they're going to look exactly like this, but just be finished. All right, so this is the best I could do. Obviously, probably almost everyone could do better, but that's what this channel's all about, just being a normal guy doing his best. We're cooking some tea over there. You hear it bubbling and farting? Anyways, I'm going to throw this in the oven, 375 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm just going to probably do 17 and a half. I don't know. All right, so now that that's cooking up, we got a bunch of stuff to do to prepare the filling for this. And we're going to start off by chopping up an onion. You don't need to watch me chop the whole onion. You've probably done it before. I've probably done it in a more efficient and professional fashion, but maybe not. Maybe you're just like me. All right, so what you want to do is you want to just dice up an onion to the best of your ability, making it a bunch of small pieces. Now, it's funny because I had someone message me saying, oh, you're terrible at dicing, which I am. All the pieces should be the same size. But then I had someone else write in a video saying they hate it when all the pieces are the same size on an onion. So, I don't know. Just everyone has their own preference. For me, it's not even a preference thing. I don't care what the onion looks like once diced. To me, it's just a means to an end. A delicious meal. You know what? I think these could be good for meal prep. I was thinking about that. Like, you make these and then set them in the fridge and you could reheat them probably. And they're going to be a low-carb, meal prepped thing. Take to work, stuff like that. All right, so there's my onion all diced up and ready to go for the filling. We also want 2 cloves of garlic, minced. And I've been cheating lately with the fresh peeled garlic right out the bag. I just love it. It's so much nicer than having to peel it yourself. So I've been buying that. It's a little more money, but some things I'm willing to pay for, guys. And pre-peeled garlic is one of them. But since this is a keto recipe, let me ask you this. How is the keto diet going, if you are on it? Let me know in the comments below. How do you like it? What's your favorite thing? If you have any recipes that you want me to try, let me know down there. Because I've been trying to do more keto stuff for the keto audience, but I also still do non-keto stuff. I'm trying to do like one of each a week. 1 keto, 1 non-keto. We'll see how long I can keep it up with life being busy. Okay, so up next, you want to take a green pepper, washed green pepper. Well, if you want to wash it, it's really up to you. I'll allow you to not wash it. Dice it up. Dice up a green pepper. So these are all our little inserts that are going to go into our cool little cauliflower crust. Like I said, cauliflower crust is supposed to be like the taco shell, and these are, you know, this is like the innards of your little cauliflower taco. It's going to be good. I have a friend who's scared to cook. Like, he won't cook. He's scared. And it's because he says he doesn't know how, but like, I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to make this cooking channel, because so many of the cooking channels are just like the Food Network and, you know, all that stuff on like mainstream TV where everyone's like super great at cooking, and you watch me like, man, I don't even know how they did that. They just like poached an egg. But I'm out here cooking, and it's not always perfect, but generally I make stuff that's edible, and I think you can too. Even if you don't normally cook, I think you could do all these recipes, and probably better than I do. And we've got avocados and stuff for the avocado cream. We're gonna worry about that in a few minutes. Right now I'm going to focus on making this filling. So I'm going to take you over to the stovetop, and I think we're going to get started because I think we have like the primary stuff done that we need to do. All right, so keeping this healthy, we're using ground turkey, fresh ground turkey. We're going to put a pound of that into a skillet over that stovetop. On the stovetop or over it? Probably on it. I mean, it's kind of both. But anyways, let's add it. All right, put that over medium-high heat and brown it up. Or does it even brown up? Does it turn white or brown? We'll find out. Oh, I was supposed to add, I did that wrong. Crap. Take it out, take it out. Don't do what I just said. We're early enough that I'm okay. I can salvage this. It's fine, it's fine. Took it out. That was a fail. Starting off with a fail. All right, try again. Olive oil is what you want first. Little olive oil on your skillet. And then you're sauteing the onions till translucent. Lucius Malfoy? Translucent. So we're actually putting the onions on first, not the ground turkey. I caught it quick. I'm really proud of myself. All right. So my onions are on there. Now we're going to heat those up, make them translucent, probably a couple minutes. I'll be back when they're a little closer to done. Look at this little fun confetti spatula I just found. Or funfetti. There's still one rogue little piece of turkey in there. Sorry. Okay, so this is translucent. We're now going to add our garlic and our peppers. I'm not sure why we didn't add the peppers in the beginning, but we're going to add the rest here. All the fun stuff. And mix that in with our onions. I mean, I guess maybe we just want the peppers to be a little crispier. That would probably be why. I feel like smaller pieces of pepper probably would have behooved me. Been better. It would have been better to have smaller slices of pepper if these are going to go in little cups. By the way, my 17.5-minute timer went off for my cauliflower cups. I opened them up. Like, I went and I looked in the oven. They didn't really look done to me, so it's been another like 3 minutes. I'm going to look again. So we're now at like 21 minutes. Oh, it's hot. Ah! Fire. Okay, so this is what they look like right here. Brown edges, firm to the touch. I think they're pretty darn close. There's still some moisture down there, and it makes me want to put them in for like another 2 minutes. I've never made this before, so I actually don't know if the moisture is a bad thing, but I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, so now I'm going to add in with the peppers and the onions and the garlic my turkey that I put in earlier, which has just kind of been sitting on standby, and break it up with my wooden spoon. If you're still here, guys, thanks for hanging out. I know it's a different channel. It's just a guy in his kitchen, nothing fancy, no cool camera effects. Maybe one day, if I get the budget or the professional skills. But for now, it's just me in my kitchen doing the best I can. If anyone has like a contact at Food Network, they can send me a crew to record me. Someone did tell me I remind them of this guy from the 70s or 60s. What was his name? I went and looked him up and I was like, dude, this guy is funny. Like, I could watch his cooking show all day. I'll tell you what his name was. Hold on. The Galloping Gourmet. This guy is hilarious. He's like popular in the 70s.
And so there is the neck, and here are the two wings, and then with a reasonable size knife, you attack it. Now you see the whole idea when you're making a splendid giblet. Can you still hear me? Oh, good. When you're making a Never wash it off and put it back.
60s or 70s? I don't even know, really. He's still alive. He's like 90. And dude was hilarious. And he was a lot like me in that he didn't seem like he was like a pro cook or anything. He was just cooking on camera. And I feel like there's not enough of that. Like, there's so much high production value stuff. Like, just cook. Cook like everyone else cooks, and we'll see how it comes out. Hey, look, it is kind of browning. I was curious. Now I know. Let's, like, get it all combined. And cook that till the turkey is browned through. How now, brown cow? And I want turkey because it's a little lighter on the calories. I figured it's a little bit lower calorie. You could totally use ground chicken. Or even ground beef, probably. But the calories add up quick with ground beef. Even though it is delicious. It's crazy to think about someone like the Galloping Gourmet. Like, you go watch it on YouTube and, like, the video quality is terrible. And now you can just, like, use your cell phone and make videos. I mean, this isn't the best quality video, but it's pretty good. This isn't a cell phone. This is a camera, but it wouldn't be that different with a cell phone. I know people that do this with just a cell phone. So it's crazy how the technology has improved over the years. All right, so I'm pretty happy with where the ground beef is at. We're now going to add a bunch of spices to this. Start off with some oregano, guys, half a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of paprika, then we're going to do half a teaspoon of salt, quarter teaspoon of black pepper. Oh crap, I forgot about my muffins. It's been like 6 more minutes. Now they've got to be done. They still kind of look the same. Hopefully they're not burnt. So I left those in for like 27 minutes or something like that. We'll see how they are in a minute. What was I doing? Oh yeah, spices. 1 teaspoon of chili powder. I think that's all of it. Chili powder, cumin, oregano, yes. All right, so mix that up. Flavor Town. What do they say? Flavor Town, flavor time? The guy with the blonde tips. Guy Ferrari. He probably has a Ferrari. He's got a lot of money, that guy. That guy, because his name is Guy. I'm off the rails again, guys. This is like our filling. Looking pretty good. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit so I can read the instructions and see what's next. Right, just going to do a 1/4 cup of water. And then stir it a little bit. And then we're supposed to let it simmer for 5 to 7 minutes, which kind of reminds me of like a taco mix. Except again, no ground beef. It's taco cup night. Stir that all in. And then let it simmer like this for 5 to 7 minutes. And then we will go back over there and we're going to assemble them. So let me move my cameras. Okay, so that's over there simmering down now. What's that, a Saturday Night Live skit? Simmer down now. How hot is this? Hot? Still hot. There's our little cups. I'm going to set those aside. We got to let them cool before we try to take them out anyways. So we're going to work on our avocado lime cream. All right, so avocado lime creme. Creme? I don't know. Get an avocado. I haven't even read it yet, guys. I'm just predicting it's going to tell me to open this avocado. Because generally you don't eat the avocado with the shell thingy still on it. Is it called the shell? I don't know if it's called the shell. Open up thing. Oh, that was terrible. That was poor job, Dave. Poor job. Ooh. 1 ripe avocado into a bowl. Good news, I have a bowl. Take the bowl and just squash it in there. Same with this one. It's really not that bad, these avocados. A lot of times from Walmart I get really terrible ones. Take the avocado and smash it down. Give it a little smasheroo. Kind of like you're making avocado toast, which I do like avocado toast. It'd be kind of fun to get ChatGPT to come up with like the world's best avocado toast recipe. I don't think I've done that, and it might be kind of entertaining to see what it would do. Unique. Also, you could kind of make a keto avocado toast. You just use keto bread. They got plenty of keto bread at the store nowadays. Back when I first started keto, they didn't really have a lot of that stuff. It was kind of hard to come by, but now I feel like it's pretty accessible. All right, so it's smished and smashed. All right, now we want to add to that a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt, although you can also add sour cream if you prefer that. It's one or the other, sour cream or Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt's what I have, so that's what I'm adding. 1/4 cup of that goes in with your avocado. Is there a lot of carbs in Greek yogurt? I'm making a mess. 6 carbs in 3/4 of a cup, and we did 1/4 of a cup. So yeah, that's like 2 carbs or something, not much. Not much at all. We need the juice of a lime. What is going on with limes lately? Every time I order limes from Walmart, they're ridiculously tiny. So, I mean, I'm gonna do 2 of them. Look, there's like no juice in them. Squeeze that in there. Get as much juice as you can out of the micro limes that you're getting from Walmart. Maybe you should go to Publix and get them. My goodness. There's really not much juice in there. I don't even know if that would qualify as a whole lime's worth. Mix that all up. I feel like I want a little more lime juice. All right, a little bit more. Now, the next ingredient is, I believe, cilantro, which I know is divisive, so you can decide if you want to put that in there or not. I do think I have some. All right, so chop up some cilantro if you like it. Calls for a tablespoon, and add that in there as well to your avocado lime cream. Drop my jalapeno, that's all good. It says you can add some salt and pepper to that to taste if you desire. I don't know, I feel like we had enough salt and pepper. I'm gonna leave it like that. I just remembered, we have the option of diced tomatoes as well as like an optional topping, and diced jalapenos. I don't think, I'm torn on the jalapenos as far as dicing them, because I end up paying for it for the rest of the day because I touch my eyes, and I mean, I guess I could do my little Ziploc bag trick. That works okay sometimes. So, optional topping of tomatoes, optional topping of jalapenos. I like talking like it's a new language to me, English. Take all this stuff out the middle. Hot stuff, baby. Pop it over there. Put a little bit of jalapeno. These are pretty much done, guys. And I do think we could use these as like a meal prep thing if you so desire. And you can customize them further. So this is really the moment of truth. Can we actually get these cups out so that they can actually be used? Or are they all gonna be stuck to the sides? Take a knife, bring it around the horn here. I really hope they come out. It's not feeling promising. Come on, with a baby. That one's poor. Ugh. So maybe use muffin cups, guys. Maybe use muffin cups, because the Pam didn't really do it. Let me try this one over here. Did I not cook them long enough? Maybe? I mean, it kind of came out. It's not great. Okay, so with like cupcake liners, this would not be an issue at all, because you could just pull out the cupcake liner, fill it up, and then eat it like from the cupcake liner. But I didn't use cupcake liners, so it's an issue for me. I'm gonna try filling this one up with yummy goodness stuff. And then top with a dollop of the avocado. I think it's gonna taste amazing. Dollop of the avocado lime cream. Do a little bit of that sweet, sweet tomato on top, and a little bit of, you could also add cheese, jalapeno. That's probably too much jalapeno. And then we're gonna try it. I actually just put them back in the oven. I'm curious, a lot of times with this keto cooking, it seems like cooking for longer can, you know, fix a multitude of errors. Let's try this. Hard enough. Stay together. It's kind of crumbling. Stinking delicious, though. It's really tasty, but the taste is awesome. Let me cook them for a little longer and see if they come out better. I'm going to finish this whole one because it's awesome. And we'll talk about the carbs in it. It's really good. The jalapeno is worth doing, by the way. And the avocado cream is incredible. I asked ChatGPT, and it actually says that it probably got overcooked, and that's why it's falling apart, not the other way around. But cooking them longer is probably not going to solve my problem. Remember, I got distracted, and I left them in for like 5-6 minutes longer than I wanted to. It's supposed to be 15 to 20. I left them in for like 27. So I think I just overcooked them a little bit. As I said, they're actually really delicious. So I do recommend you cook them and try them if you're on keto, because they're actually super tasty. I really like this recipe, and I totally could see this as a meal prep thing where you set the avocado cream in like a little container, get all those. You could set the meat in a separate container, and then you could combine them at lunchtime, you know, heat them up, whatever. I think they're delicious and worth making. I might leave them in there a few more minutes and try to get them out. I'm probably gonna have another one, even as it is, because it was really good. But also, like I said before, if I had just used muffin liners or like cupcake, you know, little cupcake paper thingies, problem would have been solved, because I could have just pulled the paper out and eaten them. I don't know, maybe they need longer. It's hard to tell. I'm telling you, keto stuff's harder to cook than non-keto. Because you're doing like science with different ingredients that aren't like normal. Like instead of flour and baking powder, you're using all these other things. And it just makes it harder. But that's okay. We learn as we go. I will actually be eating more of these. I just remembered now I've heated it up. Now I can't get them out because you're supposed to remove them when cooled. So, you know, cavalcade of errors, as always, on the AI Kitchen with Dave. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, check out some of my other videos. You know what I'll say? The majority of the time, the stuff tastes amazing. So, what else can you really ask for? And sometimes, every now and then, it looks good too. Bye-bye.